take a look at today's top talkers. Confederate flag merchandise, of course, is now off the shelves at Walmart, as we told you yesterday. But still up for grabs at Walmart? Guns. Walmart was the first major retailer to announce their plan to ban the sale of Confederate merchandise earlier this week in response to the deadly shooting rampage in Charleston, South Carolina last week. However, they have no plans to remove guns from their sporting goods section amid pressures from many proponents for stricter gun control. Quote, I would hope that stores like Walmart would recognize the danger of having these guns displayed right next to an aisle away from microwave popcorn and an Xbox game, said Democratic U.S. Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut. However, CEO Douglas McMillon of Walmart told CNN that the sporting goods department of Walmart was an integral part of the company. The primary focus of sales is on hunting and on sporting. It does not sell handguns, nor does it sell high-capacity magazines. Furthermore, customers can only purchase guns at the stores themselves. They cannot purchase them through Walmart.com. Videotaped transactions occur. Every gun sale is videotaped, and associates in the sporting goods sections are put through certified training programs before they can even handle and sell the firearms. The one major factor that makes the sale of Confederate flags and the sale of guns two starkly different conversations, of course, is the public opinion, which is still very murky and very volatile in today's American dialogue. This is a much
I didn't know
more
all
difficult.
of that. I thought that it was just going and buying some.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know it was that they actually, go through a training.
Yeah, and I think that they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And I think part of the argument that a lot of proponents for Walmart to discontinue the sale of weapons is the fact that they are such an umbrella distributor of goods, and I think the question is, should they also be selling guns and weapons?
Yeah.
I'm definitely it's a hard discussion to have, and it's a difficult decision to make, because I am, for the Second Amendment, we have that right to bear our arms.
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously, something needs to be done about gun control in the United States. Do I have the answer? Clearly not.
Yeah.
Millions of people don't have that answer.
Yeah.
We're looking for someone to figure it out, and it is going to be a very difficult and long road to go through to figure out what is at the root of this epidemic, really, that has happened over the last, 15, 20 years in the United States with mass shootings. But I think the argument of looking at mega retailers, selling guns, that definitely needs to figure into part of the dialogue, in my opinion.
All right, well, switching gears. In Virginia, a jury has awarded a patient $500,000 over a recording of insults from medical staff during his colonoscopy. Listen to this.
And really, after 5 minutes of talking to you in pre-op, I wanted to punch you in the face and man you up a little bit.
And I'm putting his IV in. He's like, I always pass out when I look at them. Great.
Well, why are you looking then, retard?
I said, turn your head. Why are you looking?
Round and round they go. Wheel of annoying patients it goes. Where to land, nobody knows.
So, yes, the man prepared for his colonoscopy by pressing record on his smartphone so he would not forget the doctor's instructions after the procedure. Well, he accidentally recorded before he intended, and when he pressed play on his way home, he was shocked. He had recorded the surgical team mocking and insulting him. The medical staff discussed avoiding him after the procedure, instructing an assistant to lie to him, and placing a false diagnosis on his chart. The jury awarded the man $100,000 for defamation, $50,000 each for the comments about the man having syphilis and tuberculosis, and $200,000 for medical malpractice, as well as $200,000 for punitive damages. It's just it's a sad story. Like, it pays if you're going to be mean and unprofessional. You're going to have to pay up.
Yeah.
But listening to the recording, because I was shocked at how much money he got, and listening to the recording, I was like, wow, that's awful. Because later on they say that that he has hemorrhoids. They're like, I'm going to mark hemorrhoids. He doesn't have them, but I'm going to mark them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it brings up, because I think in a lot of people, they get scared to be put under anesthesia. It's a very scary prospect. Nobody wants to do it. So, doing this, you're not helping the cause. Well, the reason the guy might be scared of IVs and needles is because we don't know what's happening. Well, now we do know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it makes it even worse. Yeah. So, thanks for propagating the fear.
So the anesthesiologist in this, she no longer works there, and
Good.
So, I don't know.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's just, it's scary and it's sad.
It's a very scary and incredibly
that happened.
unprofessional. But I'm,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm really glad because obviously this payment's got to be coming, you know, from these people that did it. So a hospital, next time, make sure you know who you're hiring because these are very critical positions that you're putting these people in. You demand and you deserve the utmost professionalism.
Exactly.
In my opinion. Anyway, lastly, so excited about this. Wayward Pines fans, the wait is over for episode 6. The Fox miniseries returns tonight here on Tukasa, guaranteed to bend your mind even more than it already has, if that's even possible. Now, if you have not caught yourself up on Wayward Pines, folks, you have a few hours and 3 outlets, Fox Now, Fox.com, and Hulu to catch yourself up. Tonight's episode will find Ethan Burke contemplating what to do with his newfound knowledge about the truth of Wayward Pines. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. Events will allegedly take place that will rock the very foundation of our quiet and mysterious town and its population. Now, the series is the highest rated scripted summer series among adults 18 to 49 and has received massive critical and audience acclaim, serving as somewhat of a comeback for both its star, Matt Dillon, who has had some ebbs and flows in his career, as well as executive producer M. Night Shyamalan, who suffered a number of falls in recent years. You can catch all new episode 6 tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Tukasa.
I have a lot of binge watching to do.
You got a lot of binge watching, especially Wayward Pines is fantastic. You know, and I'm really glad to see because I like Matt Dillon. I've always liked Matt Dillon. I think he's a very talented actor. And you know, he had some good returns with Crash. He had, you know, some really decent work in that, and his career really has kind of ebbed and flowed. I am hoping that this puts him back on the map because the series is doing so well. Features an amazing cast. It's had Juliette Lewis, Carla Gugino, Terrence Howard, Melissa Leo. It's incredible that you're getting an Oscar-winning actor, Melissa Leo, in a supporting role on this show. And the writing is fantastic. I mean, just as soon as you think you know what's going on, something new is delivered. In episode 5, it completely blew the lid off. All bets are off, guys, as to what's going on in Wayward Pines. So anyway, 8 o'clock tonight, Tukasa, find out what's going on.